Lurski, I'm back ski. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm getting tired. I'm ready to go to sleep, definitely. I definitely get silly when I'm sleepy. But anyways, shall we continue? So when I came into town, right, after this walk, I felt myself, let me move up a little bit more. I found myself running into a female named Denise. So, like I said, this just so happens to be his cousin. We'll find that out later on in this story. But at this time, I only knew her as a mutual friend, and yeah. So I spoke to her, giving her light details about what I just experienced, because that was a lot. That was a lot. And I was, that walk had calmed me down, so I was, not angry or upset. I just knew it was time for me to go, and I would not return. So I did not call him. I did not. Actually, it took me a little while to get another phone. Because once again, I didn't have a phone at this point. So yeah, I didn't have a phone. I can't remember when I got a phone. I don't know. But I ended up with a phone at some point. Did I ever go back? No. My bad. I'm definitely going to sleep in a little bit. But yeah, so I ended up going and talking to her. She ended up telling me, I just told her that it was some guy, I was talking to that just did a bunch of crap, and whoa, that was a lot. And she was like, oh, I was like, I have nowhere else to go. I was just like giving her the rundown of the story, and I was like, I don't have nowhere else to go right now. So yeah, I had nowhere to go. This hair is itchy. That's why I'm like wearing this stuff. But yeah, so I ended up telling her, I'm sorry, I'm about to say it again. So yeah, she ended up telling me about another shelter. And this one you would have to like travel church to church for sleeping. Was it sleeping already? No, it was eating. I think it was eating at different churches, or was sleeping at different churches. I can't remember. But it was like a traveling kind of shelter thing. And that was in Pottstown. So I went out there, and the plan was to get my own place eventually, But I had to keep starting over. So here I was starting over again. And I was determined not to go back to my sister. Just determined, because she played me. She played me. She played me out of relationships. She played me out of a home. She played me, right? So I had mad issues with her, and I just stayed away from her. Until finally, I think I forgot about the issues that I had with her. So this has been my problem. Instead of dealing with the issue, I would take long walks. I would try to, so I am going to do that video speaking on I guess maybe I don't need a whole video. Well, maybe I do. just speaking on like the different ways that I tried to keep the peace with this entire situation and how I am, period. I don't like conflict. I was raised up in conflict and chaos and domestic violence and all of that. So I don't like to be in that atmosphere. I was the escapist in a sense back then when I was raised up in that mess. So I've learned to channel, maybe not an escapist. Well, I don't know what it'll be called, but I would always escape off into the arts. I did something, I channeled that fear of being in that atmosphere or just having no choice but to be in that atmosphere. I channeled that into art. So I used to write short stories and poems and eventually songwriting and singing and just anything in the arts that really, really helped me to forget about what was going on around me. So I have had that issue. Maybe it's not an issue, but I've had that. Well, it's kind of an issue for years. So I don't address matters when I'm angry. I just don't. I don't. I feel I am irrational. I mean, is it irrational? Irrational when I'm angry. There's no way you can think straight when you're angry, right? So for me, just a little bit about me, I took that walk when I could have come out of a bag on that man, okay? I had rights. You lied to me, sir. You slept with a whole nother woman while I was in the house. I had rights. But here's where I messed up. Because I didn't address the matter at hand in that moment, I think he felt like he could do it again. Right? I think my sister felt like she could do it again. So this is probably where I messed up alone life. Not allowing myself to I don't know if it was me allowing myself not to express myself, but not allowing myself to feel my emotions, in a sense. But when I think about it, yeah, it's more to the story. But just, taking on what I feel is my fault. That's me. So either way, so I went off to another shelter. Here I was, right? Now I began at this place where I almost got my apartment. I had this full-time job. I trusted my sister. I resigned from my position. I moved back with my sister who played the hell out of me. I ended up in a relationship with a man who I should have probably never been in a relationship with, but because I was there, I was there. And I didn't want to just move on to a new relationship. So here's just a quick summary. So, excuse me. Throughout the story, you're going to hear how I had to keep starting over. Keep starting over. I could never seem to get a hold of my goals, right? And no one supported them either. So that's the other thing. But here I was, this moving shelter, or this shelter that moved around, traveled. I was there, right? They treated me well. I was a little spoiled. I was a little spoiled to the point where the guy, the director of the shelter, told me I was a very demanding person, but he still gave me my way. So I guess I was a little spoiled. So I had the best of the I'm sorry, I was. It's like a shelter, like, damn, like, I wanted to be comfortable. I don't know. Like I said, I was a mess back then. Anyways, what was I saying? So I just wanted to fix that. I'm not entitled. I'm not, well, never mind. Okay, let me just leave that alone. Moving on. So, I found myself, trying to remember what happened. Oh, I started getting sick. I started falling asleep everywhere we went, right? Any shelter, you have to get out during the day and find something to do. So I would go to the library, I would go and I would just put in applications. I was always driven. I saw what I wanted and I would just go for it, right? So that was always me. It's like I'm not just gonna just be in a shelter. So that's what I would do during the day. I would put in some applications, but I was falling asleep everywhere I went. At the desk, falling asleep standing on my feet at the store. Okay, I was tired and I couldn't understand why. I had taken over 5 home pregnancy tests that all came back negative, right? Because people kept saying, no, you're pregnant. No, you're pregnant. You're pregnant. You're pregnant. And I said, nah, no. I don't get pregnant. I can't get pregnant. And the reason why I said that is because when I was with my second boyfriend, he wanted a child with me. And that's a whole nother story for another day, actually. I just felt like I wasn't allowed, like God was going to be angry with me to have a child with someone out of wedlock. But I did the action, so it was what it was. I ended up getting so sick to the point where I ended up going to the hospital, and in the emergency room, yeah, they told me, I did a walk-in emergency room visit, I think. So not the ambulance and all that stuff. But anyways, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think I was vomiting around that time. Yeah, that's the baby I was vomiting with. So yes, so that's why I felt like I was really sick. So test results came back. They said, you're clear, there's nothing wrong with you, but congratulations, you're pregnant. Whoa, wait a minute. I knew it was only one man I was with, and I was supposed to leave that man alone. Like, what? No. And by this time, I had a guy who I was talking to that would look out for me, while I was out there. Anywhere I went, I always surrounded myself with a male or males of sorts, because I just needed that protection. I felt like I needed that protection. So in a place like that, in a shelter, as a young female, there were guys that would look out for me. And that's what I mean by I was spoiled. You know what I mean? I had the best of everything there. And I mean, you can only get but so much of the best in a shelter. But I still, they looked out for me big time. And this one guy in particular, I ended up dating him around this time when I started getting sick. So that didn't look good. Because I was like, we had not been sexual or anything like that. So that was, that was a good thing, because I knew, for sure who baby, was by. But it was just like, so I think I didn't give myself enough time, you know. I really wasn't thinking of pregnancy. I wasn't. I was not thinking of any pregnancy, or I was thinking I could leave this man alone. It's time to move on and take a chance on the next person. Do you know what I mean? And I wasn't even looking for a relationship, but it happened upon me, you know. But either way, I ended up eventually breaking off that relationship, feeling like we're in a bad place right now. We really don't need this. He was a drunk. Like, I didn't know he would drink till he would be ready to like fight everybody for no reason. The wind. Okay, he was ready to fight the wind. I said, damn. Never mind. Yeah, I ended up leaving that relationship alone because it was just like, so it was in the nick of time. So we didn't get anywhere. You know, like I said, intimately. We were just talking. He would look out for me. He made sure I had, you know, everything I needed, along with, well, once they started seeing I was with him, you know, other guys would, you know, back off. But either way. So moving on, I had to now break the news to this man. Shucks. I just remember that feeling. Dang, I was supposed to leave this man alone. He just tried to play me. Like, I'm good. Like, not only did you play me in the beginning, but now you played me. Dang, this man is a manipulator, a whole nine. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow, this man is something. I just want out. I guess I wasn't getting out. Yeah. I still stayed away from him. I remember calling him at some point. Like I said, I guess I must have got a phone when I was out there in a shelter. I mean, who wouldn't want a phone while you're out there? You know, so however I got that phone, I got it. I can't remember how I got that phone. But this is what was going on. And so what am I trying to say? Okay, so I ended up, think, Shani, think. Damn, I forgot what I was talking about. I'm tired. Okay, yeah, so breaking up with him, relationship was over. Oh, I had to break the news. So I called him and I asked him, I told him, I said, I'm pregnant. First thing he said, and I was so surprised because I'm like, he's an older guy. Once again, I underestimated this man, right? The same thing I did in the beginning. Oh, he's an older guy. You know, he can stand up for himself. I mean, like, he has a mind of his own. He knows what to do with a woman. I underestimated this guy. So, just like any young boy, he says the baby's not his. Like, without a doubt, nothing. Just, so the baby's not mine. You played me. I was dealing with, okay, baby's not yours. Okay, sorry. Baby's not yours. Mind you, I never had a talk with him. I never told him how I felt. I was angry with him. I just wanted to be done. I just wanted to be done. Like, let it go, Shani. You should have been done, right? So, I'm just a very no-nonsense person. So, yeah, if something's not working for me, I'm not going to stick around and find out what colors you're going to put on the wall next. Nope, that's not me. So you can call me whatever, but that's not me. So, yeah, I was ready to go. I had enough. I saw enough. I experienced enough. It was cool. But here he was denying my child. I said, goddamn. Oh, the young boy crap. Exactly what I feared. So I hung up. I left it alone. As the baby was progressing, or as the pregnancy was progressing, I'm trying to remember. I know I ain't staying in a shelter. Baby was progressing. Did I end up in? Give me some time to think a little bit. I am going to. I might do one more video tonight. Because I gotta think about what took place from that point, because it's a gap here. From the time I was in that shelter to, okay, I left him alone, but I ended up, did I get my own place? No, because I got my room for rent. Something's missing here. Give me some time to think, and I'll get back to y'all. Thank you for joining, those of you that joined, and all that good stuff. Don't be surprised if I start falling asleep while I'm on here tonight. Like I said, this stuff really makes me woozy and just, it drains my energy. But I feel like it's pertinent information. It needs to be had, it needs to be told, because there's too much missing information in these rumors that have been told, and it was literally told to cover up both my sister's mess that she did towards me and my children's father's mess that he did towards me. So that's why they went this hard to completely, I feel like there's a bigger plot. I do feel like it's been too long. You know, this thing has been too long. It's ongoing. The retaliation has not stopped. You know, I have identified a lot of their minions, okay, and it's just pissing me off beyond measure that they would even try to hurt me, knowing I did nothing to cause them to want to do so. So for them to get together like that, honey, there's a bigger plot here. And that's the reason why I'm doing this series, because I feel like I'm in danger. I do feel that. Okay? So, if you can, please share these videos. I guess a lot of you feel like you don't want to touch, you know, anything that has nothing to do with you, but that's what I'm asking from you, if you can. I know a lot of you are attached to this matter. My skin is really oily. I know a lot of you are attached to this rumor, this gang stalk, this whole thing. I understand that too. I'm just asking you all to have mercy and to hear me out, and not to just take one side of a two-sided story, if that makes sense. So yes, please. I understand what happened behind the scenes. I understand, like, I don't understand why they continue to do it. But I always try to see from all angles of a situation before I allow myself to just judge a matter, you know. But there's a lot of nastiness with this whole thing that's just ridiculous. It just doesn't make enough sense, because it was never that deep. It was too petty, you know. As you're hearing the story, you're probably like, where's the big details? Exactly. That's the point. Right. Exactly. Where's the big details? What led up to this point where someone will want to hurt me so goddamn bad? You know, what will lead you to want to withhold my children from me and lie and say I'm on drugs and all types of bull crap? Where? I'm confused too, honey. I don't understand. How? Where do we get to this point? How do we jump to this level? I don't know, except they got big plans for me. Okay? That's all I got. So, for now, I will talk to you in a little bit. Thank you for joining once again. And for now, bye-bye.